My fellow Africans, why is Ibrahim Traoré challenging the way religion is shaping our future? This question hangs heavy in the air as Ibrahim Traoré speaks out. Our neighbors who preach strict Sharia law are often the same nations that built their own jets, factories, and power plants. Now some are even calling for the development of nuclear bombs. Captain Traoré has called out this double standard. He asks, why should poor countries like ours shackle ourselves to religious formalism when the rich build their wealth through industry and militarization? Traoré has placed Burkina's priorities on clear display. He has proclaimed that foreign donors should not bankroll one-dimensional religious studies when our people need vocational skills. We ourselves will take responsibility for this funding, he said, promising to support Muslims, Christians, Protestants, and followers of indigenous beliefs equally with technical training. By contrast, many of the richest Islamic states focus their riches on industry and the military. They built arms factories, petrochemical plants, and even nuclear programs, yet they still lecture Africa on piety. Traoré's voice exposes this hypocrisy. Consider the facts. Saudi Arabia and Iran poured oil profits into sprawling projects, skyscrapers and space programs, while tens of thousands of African students attend their religious schools. Pakistan, whose constitution enshrines Sharia, built a nuclear deterrent and defense industries, but still contends with poverty at home. Turkey and the UAE foster technology hubs, all while exporting missionaries and imams. These are nations that demand respect for their faith in Africa, yet freely engage in arms deals and industrial ventures abroad. Captain Traoré holds a mirror to this reality. He bluntly told his people, they receive funding from abroad, do what they have been sent to do, and then return after studying Sharia. I will never pay for that. In other words, he will not let external powers use religion to shape Burkina's path. If other nations will not give us factories or factories of knowledge, they cannot demand our submission to their dogma. Instead, Traoré insists that we should build our own future. This stance echoes the wisdom of our elders. Kwame Nkrumah taught that Africa's rise requires material self-reliance, not spiritual subservience. He warned that dependence and poverty would continue unless we took charge of our industry and education. Today, Traoré is simply applying that principle. We cannot feed our families with sermons or defend ourselves with prayers. We must light up our factories and schools with the ingenuity of our own people. Economic scholars have long noted the trap of ideological debt. When nations focus on dogma rather than development, growth stalls. It is no accident that many countries with rigorous religious codes are also found near the bottom of prosperity indices. Pioneers like Dambisa Moyo emphasize that African growth demands infrastructure and entrepreneurship above all. Traoré is echoing this. The science lab and workshop must come before mandates on worship and dress. The contrast is stark. In Burkina Faso, vast mineral wealth is processed overseas while our children often study by candlesticks. Abroad, those who lecture us now sold uranium to power foreign cities, then left us in the dark. Traoré asks, do we cling to old chains because others built the key? If the captains of industry can rise despite preaching faith, why can't we do likewise? What will it take for our leaders to turn our minds into factories and our schools into innovation hubs, not just mega mosques or churches? Can Africans break free from the mentality that our destiny depends on religious absolutes, not on hard work and technology? Kwame Nkrumah himself said that the emancipator of Africa would not come from abroad, and he meant that our salvation must be homegrown. Traoré's message is clear. We must claim our own industry and security. We must demand that the wealth beneath our feet builds an economy, to power our lights, to train our youth, to defend our borders, instead of filling the coffers of distant kingdoms. The days of drinking from foreign drips while our cups run empty are over. United, we can build our own armories and textile mills, our solar grids and pharmaceutical labs. Only then will our continent truly rise. The vision Nkrumah laid out is coming of age once more, not a prayer-based economy, but a productivity-based economy, led by Africans for Africans. Thank you for listening to Broadcasting from Conakry. If this message has inspired you, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with others, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Your voice is important in shaping the future of Africa.